Okay, welcome to chat reminder. Guard your privacy and abide by your community guidelines. Learn more. Like I just went live YouTube. Like I'm gonna go look that up right now. Jesus. Guidelines. Are there guidelines? Yeah. A lot of people chatting with me wouldn't think there were guidelines. Right? There are no guidelines, right? Yeah. Uh, what we got? What we just if you just watched the other last show, um, Toby hadn't got a clue about the brown streak. That's not a clue at all. No, no, no. Because the the truth is, you find the blaze. He went to the slide, turned his pants brown. Don't. And now he's cutting class. What's he doing while he's cutting class? He he's over there with Skippy in the helicopter contraption. Skippy was cutting class too, and or he's not allowed in his. I'm already out of breath. He's not allowed in the academy because he doesn't have tuition. So, he's kind of he cut out of there too. And so there he is with the dark pants again. But that's where the double blazes are. Um, Subtle hints. I titled this, because I now got I'm the dean of the Double Blazes University. I'm the class president. No, no, I'm the professor of Double Blazes. uh, Nobody said anything. I guess that's why I got this welcome to live chat thing on here. Um, so, um, yeah, I noticed some people in there, and at the end, be careful in the community here. If you say something that pisses her off, you're out of here. Yeah, like they lack imagination. They have no imagination. I was misspoken. I'm sorry, Shilly. I didn't mean to say you lack imagination. I should have said you have no imagination whatsoever. Hey, Dev. Um, sorry, how's the week been? Well, I forgot to go down and have my weekly blood draining today, so I got to call them in the morning if I can go in there tomorrow and get what they do. They test me first to see what my HCT is, and if it's over 48 or over 47 or something, it's like they change it every week. I don't know why they change it each week, but if it's under that amount, then they don't take any. If it's over that amount, then they drain 50 500 milliliters. That's a half a liter. While I was out collecting rocks today, and I found this one here. It's like a button. It's just a perfect little button rock. And I'm gonna get a tack put on the back of it. See, it's just a rock, but I'm gonna glue a tack on the back of it and make a tie clip out of it. I think it's neat. It's just a little black, like almost perfectly round button. I thought it was a button when I picked it up. And I said, no, it's a rock. Um, the subtle hints. Subtle hints are, uh, if Forrest Fenn, a daydreamer type person, can't handle reading books. They're too boring. Reading a book is just too boring, takes too long, unless it's Forrest Fenn's book. Eh, he didn't read the books. Like when I was in school, I didn't read. I did book report. I went and saw the movie and wrote about that, and I got graded on it. I didn't actually get an F, but um, he got a lot of Fs. He doesn't necessarily like Fs because his name is FF. His initials are FF. That's you know that's two F words, and so uh, he didn't like it. And he got an awful lot of D's. If he didn't get the F, he got D's. That's the next thing. So he doesn't like D's either. um, but phew, uh, subtle hints. To be subtle to me means that it's like this, but it's not this. And who I was watching the other guy. He is a new guy that does a. He has a channel with the black text at the beginning, the screen. Oh, I can't. I don't have my YouTube up, but I watched his video earlier. I'll come up with his name real fast because I'll just refresh my history page on YouTube on the computer and it'll tell me. Slow computers. The hints and clues guy. And now that I found out his name, what was I going to say about him? Okay. Well, he brought up something that I was just going to talk about, and I can't. Probably should have drained that blood off today so that my brain wasn't so flooded. And but with condition like I got, you got a lot of your brain's basically swimming in blood. Sometimes it's drowning. He brought up something about subtle and stuff. I think, or he brought up one of the books, the important literature and stuff. But the important literature, you see, it was his father, first grade, right? First grade, and was it first grade where his father was trying to find a substitute, or was that the learning curve? The learning curve. The learning curve is what you got to learn to find the treasure. And one of the things he says when he says find in the book, those are things that you need to find the treasure. You need to find a substitute and find a good-looking rock. Actually, you got to find a lot of good-looking rocks before you find the good-looking rock, which is the stout-hearted men. I mean, the gypsies look good, but when you find the stout-hearted men, you know that is the end of that's the other end of the rainbow, because the gypsies are at the beginning of the rainbow. You could turn it around and say, well, how do you know this one on the other end isn't? Because everything repeats. There's two of everything. Two frogs, two sapphires, two 1 pound nuggets. He had 2 daughters. Two. How many dogs have you had, Forrest? He's had more than 1 dog. Everybody has, because dogs live 15 years approximately, unless they get hit by a car or meet some other kind of fate. But he talks about not using, if you're going to be an abstract artist. Hey, Bill, hey, Selena, and David, laugh out loud. Don't skip the brainwash. Yeah, it's not washed. It's soaking in blood. 2 gators and 2 birds. Yeah, 2 gators, 2 frogs. there's two hinges on the box. There's two pieces of bronze, the lid and the rest of the box. Oh no, there's three because the latch, and there's probably more pieces inside the mechanism. But I'm not sure, but maybe some of that the bronze might be able to be tested. How old it is exactly. But he said not to use black in your art. That's how we know this kid with the black pants. That's Forrest, because he has the black pants in the and I know he was cut in class because his pants are stained. They're actually brown, but it's black and white drawing, so brown will show up as black in a black and white drawing. Because if it's black and white, you don't have color. And Forrest was born in the days when there was no color. If you watch The Wizard of Oz in 1935, and they came out with color film, and just came out with it, and so the opening scenes are in black and white until she goes to see the wizard. And what does she learn at the movie? That she had it with her all along. She had it all the way. Well, you've had it all this time. Why'd you waste your time going out there and trying to find a broomstick and messing with the monkeys and the poppies and all that stuff? Now, if she was already in a dream, right? Why would the poppies make her pass out? Okay, we won't go there. But Forrest Fenn is the Wizard of Oz, and we're his puppets. What happened to number 8? Oh, I bet one of them people that ain't got a clue started up their channel. Because if you don't know where the stout-hearted men are, you may as well just give up the Fenn tubing and everything, If you don't know where the gypsies and the stout-hearted men are, because the guy that knows where that stuff is 100 years ahead of you. Who would that be? And I got some other good news that before February, all these will be gone, and most of these on the bottom will be gone, and I'll have a whole new set. I saw a video about how root canal teeth poison you. They poison you, cause cancer and all kinds of stuff. So you got root canal teeth and you're wondering what's wrong with your health. It's those root canal teeth. Got to get rid of them. And I got one right here that's a root canal, and that one's been there for since 1973. It's been there. Never fell out, nothing. It's, the others I had fell out, and root canals, you're lucky if it lasts 5 years. Well, that one's been there for 46 years. So I even lost another viewer. I wonder who's on. I'll go give him a thumbs down for interrupting my thing here. And thank you for sticking around, whoever's still here. I'll bet it's Davio. Davio, the guy with the cute name. Oh, he's a cutie. Oh, the girls just love him, But he's got a girlfriend. Get that. So maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe his girlfriend doesn't know that these women are watching him, stalking him. But she don't watch. His girlfriend don't watch here, so And I learned something. My last relationship. If you're in a relationship, you don't want friends that are single. people that'll split your relationship up and get in the middle of it and be real pieces of shit, you know. Um, this is what happened to the last, the last one. And like her daughter had been killed in a car wreck a year and a half before that, and I had put up with a whole lot of stuff, and tolerated it, tolerate. What she do? Go and sleeps with my friend, you know. Yeah, you know. So it didn't do me any, I just put up with all the crap for nothing. And I didn't see your message, Dev. You deleted it before. Oh yeah, don't skip around. 2 gators, 2 birds. I don't know about gators in the box. I don't know about the gators, birds, or um, there's 2 blazes, and there's 2 omegas because once you complete this omega, you got the second omega before you get to the end. And what he's saying is one omega's gone because somebody has figured out the first omega. The poem has 2 parts: what's above and what's below, as above and so below. So why was I came up with a new name for Toby. It's Jaime. Ain't the truth about the single stuff. Yeah, you know. I agree with you that my wife shouldn't be allowed to hang out with her single friends because they get her into. Yeah, they do. You know. Oh, girls' night out. Have you ever been out to a bar and seen the girls on the girls' night out? Yeah. Well, bullshit. You know? Oh, you're jealous? No. Oh, I'm jealous? Okay. Boys' night out. You know? I don't do that shit. I don't mess around with the relationship, you know? I didn't, married ones go crazy. It's never in the first place. If they cheat, they cheat coming from a lady. Every excuse in the book back in those days, yeah. You know, when you're young, you mess up like that, and if you've messed up like that when you're young, you don't mess up like that when you're older. You at some point you're supposed to go, oh, this fooling around and cheating and all that doesn't fucking work. Somewhere along the line, it doesn't fucking work. Because you're left out there single for 10 years before someone else comes along. You know? I think once I get my new once I get my new grills, then it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be single too much longer. I don't know. I'm not really saying single. I'm saying I mean single as in, you know, I'm not looking for somebody to marry, but there's no relationship going on whatsoever except between me, Jack, and Togo. You know, it's a little threesome we got here. We're all boys, and we leave each other alone. In that, huh, Togo? You gonna sing? You gonna bark? Bark like a dog, Togo. He's quiet. If I went back in the bedroom, he'd start making all kinds of noise. If he can't see me, that's when he starts calling me and stuff. I wish you could pull down on the the viewers and see who's in the room. I want to suggest that to YouTube. Let me pull down, click on the viewers to see who's in the room. You know, um, because there are some people just sitting there spying on you. Because there's like 6 people in the room, maybe 4 of them communicating. Yeah, yeah, right. Deb. I'm pretty happy being single now. Yeah, yeah. I don't have to put up with anything except for Jack. Jack, he's, you know. You should have seen. I had a meatloaf tonight. Yes, I let it happen, and um, and it's big old, like 2-pound meatloaf with and I cut it. It's a meal for 4 days. So I gotta have a half pound of meat a day to get my protein, because your body needs protein, and a half pound of meat's a hell of a lot better than 20 cans of beans. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to understand them. um, yeah, if you ain't, if you're young and you ain't got kids and it's that way, then yeah, I just don't put up with it. Wouldn't put up with it. um, what did he say? What important literature? Okay, so subtle clues. Another subtle clue. He didn't read the books. He went and seen the movies, right? Clark Gable. He mentioned Clark Gable. His daughters didn't know who Clark Gable was. I asked I'm from the late 50s, 58. My brother's a year and a half younger than me. I asked him, "You know who Clark Gable was, don't you?" He says, "Yeah, I know who Clark Gable was." And I said, Forrest Fenn says his daughters didn't know who Clark Gable was, and they're the same age as us. So, because Forrest is like a year and a half older than my dad, So I come from the same period as his kids, It all that happened back in the late 50s. There was a lot of love making, a lot of kids being born after the World War II, from 47 to 57. And that was, I'm not, technically, I'm not one of the boomers. I'm a late boomer or something, Because I had to be born when I was to get my magic numerology. I got, let me see, 31 days. And I'll be older. Another year. Another year bites the dust. I watch this guy does Man of Letters video channel, and he says, "Why is it us Aries, we all get along together?" Aries and Sagittarius are like, or have no problems with each other. And the rest are like, they're from another planet. Let's see. It stinks. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a relationship, like 2001. Yeah, when the Twin Towers got hit and all that year. And I had a $250,000 house and up in Highlands Ranch in Denver. And the thing was, the girlfriend I had was living with me. Was the payments were like $1,900 a month, and her part of the deal was she would pay $300 a month toward that. It's just $300. I had the other $1,700. She couldn't pay the $300 a month. And the things that make a relationship nice were cut off. You know what I mean? You know, because I mean, if you don't need sex in your relationship, get a parrot and a dog. You know, what else do men and women need each other for but the pleasure of the other's company? You know, and, and sometimes you know they maybe start a good business, yeah, work good business or something. You know, if you're good business partners, you'd probably be good partners all the way around. Between you two, that's a bit weird. Yeah, yeah. That girlfriend cut me off. You know, no, not gonna have any. And was in my bastard bedroom was like bigger than the living room. It was like 30 feet by 20 feet or something. And it had this huge bathroom with a big old round oval tub and a separate shower stall and you know that was 2000. That was a I think it's selling for more than that. I think the people that sold it 10 years after I sold it, I mean I was only able to get I wasn't even able to get what I bought it for when I sold it, you know? And then the people 10 years later barely got their money back. But since then, have made money on that house. Yeah. So the kids are almost gone then. Yeah. I admire those. Yeah. Yeah, my great grandparents were they were celebrate their 69th wedding anniversary was in the paper, you know. uh Too bad YouTube doesn't have the little things like have you done the Facebook video messenger and I can turn my head into a dragon, and if I open my mouth, then the dragon blows flames out and stuff. You can put a clown head with a red nose, or you can put on all these different costumes they have and stuff. That's pretty neat. But yeah, I seen that guy bring up them back to subtle hints. I keep getting distracted and drift off the subject because we're subtle hints 101. And I'm gonna check something here. Yeah, see what happens here. Somebody else is streaming, and if that's so, then I'm gonna quit and come back when they hang up. You know, because I don't get many people watching in the first place. Okay. Nothing. Nobody. Okay. So I don't know who else is streaming. It's hiding from me. They didn't use Forrest Fenn's name in the title. I didn't either. So mine doesn't even show up. But so sometimes I quit watching people if they don't pay attention to you. You know, if they give you no respect, and people. Oh well, I did this. Yeah. You've never mentioned one of my good tips. One of my good. I got excellent tips, and none of them ever brought up any of them. Nothing ever, except that Bill Gorman's angry. Bill Gorman's mad. Well, Bill Gorman's angry or mad because somebody pissed him off. Somebody yanked his chain, you know? And people have a right to get angry or mad. Where's the second rainbow? There's two ends to the rainbow. There's one rainbow and there's two ends to it, basically. And there's another. The path you take is an arch, because it felt like the architect, because there's something to do with an arch. There's an arch, or architecture or something, but it's not considered architecture because it's in your mind, or they think it's in your mind, but it's really, this is really ancient archaeology. And no, I'm not selling Fembury shirts. I was showing a design that, this is what it could look like. And they had changed the header page to my Forrest Fenn Fanatics on Facebook. That's got the Double Blazes University on it. And so, what else? Yeah, there's the Fembury thing coming. And I was correct about Dale fudging, deleting votes and promoting other certain entries. He was promoting one entry, and last time I checked was yesterday. Last time I checked, or the voting on Illinois goes, and I was 2 ahead of 15. So we know Dale was dinking with the vote. Dale was colluding with the Russians, colluding with somebody. And some people, oh, why are you so upset? Oh, it's like, so what? So what? No, my vote got counted. It was your votes that weren't getting counted. Your votes weren't getting counted. I'm down to 4. I'll see you later. Y'all have a good day. Yeah, I'm sorry, the 4 that are here, but I'm not going to leave if Dev's still here, and Selena, and Hooli. Yeah, well, you know where I'm coming from. I'm just so bullied by the. I'm bullying them because I'm so freaking bullied. Somebody hits you, you hit them back. and not being mentioned is being ignored and left out and all that. I mean, come on. I bought Bill's cards and we did this and that. I haven't. And then you put some guy from California who's searched a couple of times and begging for money to come out so he can search. I mean, when I was at 4 searches, I hadn't even been in Colorado searching yet. I wasn't on the right track on my 4th search or my 5th, or, I wasn't on track. I probably had 60, 70 searches before I got in the right area, and I've got so many on the correct area, hundreds of searches in the correct area, that I know that I'm very close. I'm very close, and it probably won't last till February. And I've decided when I have that treasure, I'll be doing videos here, playing with the gold nuggets and laughing at everybody. I'll just be laughing. I'll be laughing and laughing, and people spending their money to go looking and stuff. There might be a couple of people say, "Hey," I'll let them know personally. "Hey, don't tell anybody. I got it. Don't tell anybody. You stop by. I'll show you proof. But I ain't gonna publish no proof or nothing. I'm thinking I maybe wait a year before I'll tell anybody, before I'll tell the Fenn community, just because so many people are throwing the hen fruit at me." What's that mean? I don't know what hen fruit is. I'm talking not to the people that are watching now, but I'm talking to people that we'll be watching later. I didn't put Forrest Fenn in the title, because I was trying. You don't have a lot of room to do it, you know. And another thing I noticed. That's one other thing I noticed. My channel has Forrest Fenn, you know, as a key word for my channel. It should come up like other people's that don't have Forrest Fenn in the title, you know? They don't have Forrest Fenn in the title or nothing, and there's just popping up. There's stuff that's not even related to Forrest Fenn. It's something from the poem. YouTube goes, oh, this is Forrest Fenn. YouTube is keeping me from being seen by the Fenn community. You know, if I'm on my channel, it should come up. Boom, Forrest Fenn. That's Bill Gorman does Forrest Fenn. He's on. Yeah, I shouldn't have to have Forrest Fenn in the name of the thing because my channel is. I've you know, put that as an attribute of my channel. And I forgot to put 420 as a. Oh, I don't have my light on up there. Where'd that go? I don't know where that went. There it is. Yeah. Oh. After I went to the doctor and I told him, oh, the left shoulder is off. It's really bad, but the right one, I haven't had trouble with it for... Now the right one's... I mean, the left one's hurting. That's the left one. Beep. Just stay there, Jack. Relax. There, got some lighting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go. I'll hang out a little while. People were leaving the room, and I didn't know why. And I figured somebody else was streaming, but that hasn't happened. So I get to the part about the subtle hints about the movies. I mentioned the movies, and I mentioned Clark Gable, that he said his daughters didn't know who Clark Gable was. His daughters knew who Clark Gable was. That's one of the 15% BS. 15% BS, right? His daughters knew who Clark Gable was. But the thing was, Clark Gable, if you're trying to find a substitute, Clark Gable's a subtle hint to his arch rival, Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper was in the 3 movies. He was in Catcher in the Rye. He was in A Farewell to Arms. And he was in For Whom the Bell Tolls. And I was watching, if you watch the very beginning of A Farewell to Arms, right? There's like the army truck column coming up the hill, coming up the mountain road, and there's a guy laying there up on the hill, you know, dying or whatever, right? That guy laying up there on the side of the hill dying. That's him. That's where he left his bones. That guy left his bones there. That's a possible hint. It's something like this. It's up on the side of the hill above the road thing. You know? So there's hints in there. And when I looked at just look at the cover of For Whom the Bell Tolls, and it's like, I gotta look at this movie closely. Because For Whom the Bell Tolls, and Gary Cooper explaining the arch in A Farewell to Arms, he explains the arch is from the architect. The architect, it came from the arch, from way back, the earliest first arch made, the first arch made, and he's pointing at the arch in the girl's high heel shoe, the arch in there, and he's referring to the architect. Well, Gary Cooper is the architect here, so Um, you can watch me go over here and get some, get a new cup of. No, it's not empty. I thought it was. It's cold, is what it is. No, it's still not cold. It's warm enough to swim in. Um, I was a long distance swimmer in high school, and I swam the 200 freestyle, the 400 freestyle, and that after my first year in high school, when I was a sophomore, they changed that to a 500 freestyle, you know. And when I was a sophomore, I had the league record for junior varsity for 500 freestyle for 1 week. 1 week I had the league record, and when I was junior, we had gone to I was on the varsity team, and we had made the 400 free relay for all north coast of California. That's the Bay Area all the way up to Oregon for all of that, and millions and millions of people. And yeah, I was on the relay team for our school, and I swam 100 yards in 51 seconds, something like that. You know, in my part of the relay, and but whew, what got me on that track? um, yeah, I go see the dentist next week, and they're gonna get some roots from crowns that fell out. They're gonna take those out, and maybe another tooth that they can't fix that needs to go. And then they're going to talk to me about the others, and once they do that, I'm not gonna have teeth for a little while my gums heal, so they can make the mold for the I'm gonna get a full upper, and they're gonna leave a couple on the bottom to hold the lower partial on. And then when I find the treasure, I'll get implants. Maybe. I might just get the snap ins, because the implants, that might be something like, because I know the root canal teeth will give you brain cancer. That's what I learned the other day. I could tell you what video, if you want to look it up, the video that I saw about that. A friend of mine with brain cancer that emailed, says, "Wow, I wish I'd known that." It was Dr. Jerry Tennant. Dr. Jerry Tennant. It's watch Y equal M, capital M, upper. These are all uppercase until I get to MPD. Oh, dang, a lowercase r, and then uppercase X, uppercase E, uppercase A, lowercase E, a 1, and a lowercase s. This Dr. Jerry Tennant, I can look at it for a second, but I can't play it. Oh, damn. Stop. Commercial. Thunderbolt. Healing the body's electrical circuitry. Electricity of life. That one. You want to see that one? It'll tell you about how because all of your organs, electrical signals and stuff, and the teeth are going. There's something in here. There's a metal post inside the tooth. Fix it. And so your immune system's trying to kill that metal post. It can't kill it. You know, or maybe because it's in the tooth nerve or whatever. I don't know, but people get brain cancer from it, and he said he couldn't figure out why he couldn't get his pH right, and it's because of those root canal teeth. I went wandering around collecting um, stones for my engraver. You know, because I got the engraver and I can engrave stuff. I found that certain types of rock, and this is, you know, like the tombstone. You know, you see these I've engraved. That's the Emerald Tablet of Thoth on there. And I've got the. Did I show this? I don't know. This thing, you know, R.C. Gorman, right? I'm a Gorman, so you know, this was a stone I found, and I colored it with with colored pencils, you know. But it's I got a deceased friend's name and dates on there that I'm going to uh, leave it up there by where the treasure Forrest knows it's a type of place that you would leave somebody's memorial at. So that's actually, I told you about the accident her daughter got killed by a truck driver. That's a made that. It's got her name on it. She was a singer. I recorded her music and stuff, and had a she. I just recorded the song. It was I got woke up by her and her mother singing, and it was for the rest of my life, you know, or something, you know, love you for the rest of my life, and she like died less than a month after I recorded that. It was like she didn't have much of a rest of her life. And it was a careless truck driver who'd gone over his hours and was on the wrong side of the highway. Yeah, killed. She was 3 months pregnant and her engaged. With her, both her and her fiance were killed, and the baby, of course, the baby was killed, and you know, and her mother was pregnant with my kid, and she miscarried the day after her daughter got killed, and then you know a year and a half later, mother decides that she's gonna sleep with the guy that I got my smoke from, you know, for some kind of vengeance because I was Facebook chatting with my aunt. You know, it was crazy. Yeah, so I've been learned since then. What I have maybe. I think I had one date since then. uh, and so what else? So yeah, the movies. I mean, just that Gary Cooper is in the movies for three of those books in important literature. Gary Cooper, there's some clues in those movies. I got a copy of I had to order it because I couldn't find it to watch free online. Well, you can pay to watch it online, but if I'm going to pay for it, I want the dang DVD, you know? So I'm waiting for the DVD to come. I had the DVD. You know who has my DVD of was the Unsinkable Molly Brown? You know who has that DVD and won't send it to P.O. Box 291 in Del Norte, Colorado 81132? Yeah, is that actress down in Texas? Yeah. You know, go on down here to Texas. Drive all that way for nothing. For someone who just wanted to know your info on the treasure hunt. You know, because you were not far from where they were searching, but but they couldn't get over the hill. They were stuck on the other side of the mountain. And so you're trying to find substitutes. Substitutes. Okay, Lewis and Clark, that's a direct thing. That's not a subtle hint. Lewis and Clark is not a subtle hint. Yellowstone's not a subtle hint. And why do they call it subtle when it's subtle? Subtle. It's like a subtitle. Oh, a subtle hint. A subtle hint means it's not direct. It's not. That means it's like this, but it's not this. It's like Yellowstone, but it's not Yellowstone. It's like Cody, but it's not Cody. It's like Firehole, but it's not Firehole. If you've been to Pagosa Springs, it is similar to a lot of the, because there's this volcano like of the stuff that's piling up around where the water comes out of the top of the, and splashing down into the river, and there are pools right by the river. There are places by the river. There are little pools at the river. They're nice and probably 98 degrees or so. They're nice. Their body temperature. But if you stuck your feet in the sand, you'd burn your feet because it's coming up out of the sand. And the warm waters. Where's warm water halt? There, 1,000 feet down, the world's deepest hot spring. And so, you think Yellowstone may be the biggest hot spring, but the deepest one is down the road here. Down the road. How far is down the road? Like the long walk home? Or is it the long ride home? Was it a long walk or a ride? He didn't walk. His brother came back and got him. So he didn't actually walk. He considered that he'd have to. Wow, this changes things quite a bit. If Skippy don't come back and rescue me, fuck him. Yeah. The long ride home. So it's not about his walk. Here he is walking down the road. He didn't walk in. He didn't. He may have walked some and got his feet sore and probably maybe bloody and stuff. Didn't know what the, but he didn't walk home. It was a long ride home, and it's such a long ride home that you're, choking each other. Be styling. Yeah. When I get those teeth, I will. I'm drinking coffee. I'm going back here to see what if I find I have to pay taxes on it. I mentioned you only have to pay taxes on it if you sell it. You don't have to pay taxes on it if you keep it. I'm keeping it, but I'm gonna use it to earn my jack. I'm gonna use it to earn more money than I ever would have made selling it. Here went my notes. Double A's. Yeah, that's all it is. Jaime. That's Toby's new name, Jaime. He's so clueless that the dark pants don't mean anything. The dark, Somebody asked because I know they seen my comments on it. They're dark because they're stained from going, because you look quickly down from the blaze. Well, he gone down the fire escape. And that's the other thing Toby got absolutely wrong. Absolutely, totally wrong. I'll cover this up and I'll show you what he got wrong. was he talked about his pants getting stained from sliding down the rail. Sliding down the rail. It wasn't a freaking rail, Toby. It was not a rail. Oh. And my computer catches up with me. I saved it here, right there. Beep. It wasn't a rail. It was a slide. Even though that, this is what Forrest said, even though that rusty old iron thing marked the tail of my britches pretty good with a heavy brown color, it was worth it. And you can see this is a trough. It's not a rail, Toby. Who's smarter now, huh, Toby or Toby? Who's the smarter one, huh? Yeah. Toby's an intelligence person, and he didn't know they had actual slide. He wasn't just sliding down a pole like a fireman's pole. It was going down a slide just like this. And there's all them trout going right down the slide. But where is it? I thought, oh, you see what's at the top of the slide? The blaze, Moses. Yeah. And that Moses is hidden there, so hidden in plain sight. When I put him on that picture, he's the same color as them bricks that are on that building. Are those bricks or are those? I think they're stone. They're stone blocks. Because yeah, they look like they cut a big long side and then they break it so that has like a broken stone look on the outside. So you find the blaze. It's 200 feet up there, and they take this fire escape down. So now his pants are stained, and he's cutting class. He's out partying with his friends, stout-hearted men, down at or with his brother, with his helicopter contraption. It's a gearbox, and it's a real gearbox. I found the gearbox. And the gearbox, there's the word wood, right? If I put the letters on the screen, can you imagine the word wood, what it looks like? A W, two O's, and a D, Well, if you had a forest that was just painted with trees, and you use that word wood as a template, and you cut out all the trees that word covered, you would have the word wood cut out of the forest. Right? In the W of the wood, you find Skippy's gearbox contraption helicopter thing, and you find the ZPU gun. And in the D of the word wood, you find that, you don't find it because I've got it. The Model A, the car from the Buffalo's Cowboys car was in the D of the word wood. I just shared that with a couple people somewhere. I think I shared it on one Arrowhead Junction maybe. I can't remember what I posted where. Try and move, clue here and clue there, and you got to do a lot of looking around for where Bill leaves the clues. Besides telling them all on the video, but people don't watch. I get a couple hundred people watch each video usually. I've had some. If it says double blazes, there's supposed to be more people watching. And a week from today, I will have my double blazes sweatshirt. It'd be professor of Fenthropology. uh, um, yeah, the subtle hints. Blow the bridge! Forrest, blow the bridge! I couldn't believe how many times they said, blow the bridge! Over and over and over. Oh, this shoulder. All I did was I moved my arm like a quarter inch and it went pop. You probably didn't hear it because my generator's running. But Forrest, when he was, you seen the video where with Sitting Bull's peace pipe and that old guy there, that guy's got to be 100 years old or more, because he said, "Oh, my wife died in 1935," and I was like, "Whoa, man, that guy's old enough to be Forrest's dad." You know the rules of the apostrophe S and stuff after the name. If the name ends with an S, the apostrophe goes after the S. You don't add another S onto it. If the name doesn't end with an S, you put the apostrophe and then an S. That's what that rule. So I see people that will have, there's an S on the end of the name. They put an apostrophe S after that. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. Forrest knows that one. My two books that I got published, and my publisher finally gave me the royalties for it, $125 for the last 7 years, I think, or 6 years, for 6 years. That's not a lot. Well, that's like $2.30 a book. So $125 of that's 60, 70 books. Wow. Because I see them, I'm like, man, I see my stuff all over Amazon and eBay, and there seems to be a lot of copies out there. That oh, the girl, it was her name, fake name, Candy Hershey, right? Yeah, one of the groups, and when I clicked on somebody's response to something, she was replying to K-Pro or something, and so I clicked on it because someone commented on it, something I had commented on. I clicked on it and I saw, and I was opening up one of these to see if I won the gold, and it was something about some comment about about some, if you had guy at the store had $100 bill that some guy stole, and the guy stole the money and went and bought $70 worth of merchandise and used a $100 bill to pay for it, and got $30 change. How much money did he steal? And the answer is $30. And I said, unless he had a coupon, right? And, and it was the Hershey, because I was just being sarcastic. The person can't even go, "Oh, that's funny." Oh, it's that old man Bill, that nasty old man. Fuck those people. Losers are never happy with winners. I'm not happy with with a-holes. Well, when you're trying to pretend that you're the Fenn expert, the intelligence officer, yeah, and he's talking about cryptic, and it's like, shit, man, and he was bringing that up about the brown pants. the dark pants. You know, they don't know what he's freaking talking about. His pants are dark from going down that fire escape slide. And when I found that picture of that fire escape, you look up Texas fire escape slide or Texas schoolhouse fire escape slide, something like that. This is that's one on a different school, but from the same time period. It should be in a museum. Well, if I were to, if I were to, after having the treasure, if I were to have a Forrest Fenn museum, I would go to that school and offer to put a modern fire escape there if I could have that one for the museum. You know what I mean? You got to have one of them fire escape slides. And that's where he's bringing the slippery slope. When he talks about a slide, you're thinking slippery slopes too. And there's a lot of hidden stuff. And, running out of breath. Wow, that says, full is available. Yeah, yeah, that's another one, Gary Cooper movie. Gary Cooper's in a lot of the stories, movies, and whatever he mentioned. Gary Cooper's in them. And the movie Treasure Island. I tried messaging Terry Scant, the person running Terry's camp. Hey, this says you got here. It says Wallace Berry. Berry, Berry is what it says on Terry Scant. But it's Wallace Beery, Beery, who played Long John Silver in the movie Treasure Island. That's the guy Forrest Fenn wanted to play his part in the movie about the treasure. And in the movie is Wallace Beery, is the kid in the movie is Jackie Cooper. He's probably, I'll bet he's Gary Cooper's son. Because I'll have to check that out. Is Jackie Cooper Gary Cooper's son? Yeah, because there's Gary Cooper and my mother named her Parrot. He was Perry Pooper. I wonder what's happened to Perry, because he could still be, because parrots live. Well, we don't know how old Perry was when we got him, because my mother caught him in the backyard. He was up on the power lines, and she put a sprinkler at birds. Parrot will come down to the water. If you put a sprinkler out, they'll come down to the water for it. And she caught him. And so we don't know how old Perry was, but he was a Patagonian parrot. So he was a long way from Patagonia. And that's, I think that Gary Cooper movie, they were talking about Patagonia too. There are a lot of places where the roads cross. A lot of similarities and a lot of coincidences. When you think of everything is made of electrons and protons, just electrons and protons, basically that's what everything's made of. There's a couple. And in an atom, those electrons and protons don't touch each other. So we're made up of 99.999999999, I can't keep going, percent empty space. We're mostly made of empty space. And life is but a dream. I think I should probably finish with that, because I'm getting out of breath. It takes all my energy to project all them words out there, get them out. And I don't know what happened to Sean. You know, my double blazed university has nothing to do with him. I didn't even come up. You know, I came up with the double blazes because of what I found, and now my double blazes means a hell of a lot more. That there are not just the two fingers in the fire hearth, you know, but but that the gypsies and the stout-hearted men are, because when I saw the gypsies, yeah, you know, okay, well, there's the gypsies. Where's the other, you know, the and it's positive, negative. It's all about both the positive and negative and stuff. The as above, so below. That's positive, negative. You know, the earth is alive. There's a spirit that lives in the earth, in the heart of the earth, and and we're all children of light. We're created by light, by fire. That's why they had the rituals where they burned you know, the cremation and return you back to the light. What wow, that's another, you know. Um, yeah, what happens to that? You know, when you light a fire, right? And light, it has to be absorbed somehow, right? Or because it'll keep going bouncing off the walls. Yet when you get a fire, you have a fire in the fireplace or in your wood stove, the door's closed, the light can't leave. So when you open the door, there should be a bunch of light coming out of there that couldn't get out of there before. You know what I'm saying? Because Thoth talks about that we're the same type of light that comes from the fire, and the sun is our light. They were all sun worshippers and everything, but Thoth did out of body things. He knows stuff that we didn't learn until we sent spaceships to Saturn and Jupiter. Thoth knew that stuff. You know, it was known already. He knew stuff that you would need a microscope to see, like the giant spider in Nazca. It's got I think seven long arms and one little short arm, and that short arm is his arm for mating. That's used for mating, and, except this spider only lives deep in caves, and you need a microscope to see that arm on the spider. But it's drawn like, you know what, 5 miles, 10 miles long across the Nazca Desert. And they couldn't have known that that spider had that little arm unless they had a microscope. Or they were very spiritually and psychically active. And some people don't believe in that stuff. Ooh, that got cold. My little bead button rock. See, it's boop. Looks like a button. I'm going to make a tie tack with it. But I don't wear ties. I got some ties with like a lobster on them, and I got an American flag one, and one with an alien on it. I think that's over by Togo. I don't know. Bought the whole set in New Orleans. So I'm done. I'll see if I can find some more Gary Cooper movies to watch on YouTube, or some of the Tubi. To be or not to be, TUBI is a free app for watching movies. They got a bunch of movies on there. It's like Netflix or Hulu, except it's all free. You know, it's all free movies. And I've been watching Tubi because internet's over my phone's the only communicate, you know, entertainment TV I get. There are no broadcast channels in this valley. It may be down there at Santa Fe, but none of them reach up here. You know, I know when I was in Oregon, I had like 3 or 4 channels of broadcast I could watch, and I thought the law was they had to keep broadcasting those channels, and they let them get away with keeping it on having on cable only. Cable mafia. And what's it say there? Yeah, it's a nice light show. Yeah, it's not a little Christmas light thing. I had it unplugged because if I turn on my other monitor here, which I can do, because I got my generator running, but I need to. Is it plugged in? No, I got to plug it into my other generator power source because it actually draws down on the battery. Well, I heard the generator kind of kick down a little, run a little harder when I turned it on. It's 65 watts. Because it's running the battery charger that's powering, charging the batteries, and these are hooked up to the batteries. It's a pain in the butt living off grid and generators and all that. Dog is sleeping his ass off, running around all day. He came back all wet and stuff, and I left him. I said, "No, you're gonna stay outside till you dry off." It was like 50 degrees today, so. And it's 10:30 at night, and I haven't turned my heater on yet. It's 57. It's almost time to turn the heater on. So I look up here. I'm looking at my big screen. I got a 23-inch monitor plugged into my laptop, and Google Earth on that is amazing. Who was it I saw? Someone did a video about making things 3D, making Google Maps 3D. Google Earth, you can tilt and get 3D, and you know, yeah. On Google Earth, if you have Flight Simulator, you can fly the fighter jets on Google Earth instead of using the Flight Simulator stuff. You get Google Earth imagery instead of the Flight Simulator imagery that's kind of cheesy like Doom, you know. Oh, if I had regular power, I'd probably play some video games and forget about the treasure for a little bit, you know? But the internet gets so boring that all I got is the treasure in my. I spend a lot of time reviewing pictures that I've taken 40,000 pictures, and I'm going back through, you know, because there's a lot of them I didn't look. You know, I don't look at. Well, that you see the thumbnail, you open it up. And I'm looking at some of the ones in between the ones I didn't open up, or in between the ones I opened up. There are some I didn't see, and I'm finding some very interesting stuff there. And that's how I found the Stout-Hearted Men, is by reviewing these photos again. So my eyes are real dry right now. That's why I got these. Where are they? Here they are. I'm supposed to get a call for my eye doctor appointment because I take quinine, and to renew the prescription, I have to have an eye exam once a year to make sure I'm not getting jaundice in my eyes and stuff. and the quinine really helps because my without it, my muscles are like steel. There's they're totally rigid and tense, and you get cramps and um, all that stuff. And so with it, my muscles will relax a little bit, and that helps a lot. And yeah, especially like probably with with the headaches and stuff, because when all your neck muscles are tight, you get a headache. Yeah. Um, some of my headaches were from too much blood in my system, so smoking didn't help headaches. It made it worse because my blood was too thick, and it just made it a little thicker. So when I'd get one of those headaches, I wouldn't smoke. Huh, I got that one loaded, but it's for when I run out. I get the peace pipe down if I have a visitor or something that would like to smoke from. Uh, I gotta find out the chief's name that it belonged, but it was an Abenaki chief, and it was it was a recent one from like he was the chief in 2005, so 2004, 2005. That Robert Rogers, my ancestor, was supposed to have killed 200 Abenakis in 1759. In the movie Northwest Passage with Spencer Tracy is about that raid. And it's called Northwest Passage because Robert Rogers made the map that Lewis and Clark used. There. Uh, yeah, my eyes were just dry as poop. Drier than that. Oh, yeah. These are just Dollar Tree glasses. I've got a prescription set from last year, but the glasses they give you, the glasses the VA buy, I mean, 2 months down the road, the screws are falling out. You driving down, the fluid lens falls out. And you bring it down, and the nose pads fall off, and you know that. And I decided this time I'm only getting reading glasses. They want you to take the bifocals, but if you get the bifocals, you can't get the ones that go dark to light transition. I think they are, or I don't know. The transition are they the bifocal or the color, the sunglasses things. But um, and if I'm wearing the ones for distance, they might be okay for walking around on a sidewalk or something. But if you go in the hills and you got bifocals on and you're walking down the trail, and whoops, over the hill, over the side of the cliff, because those bifocal, you look down and you're looking through the magnification, and the ground looks closer than it is, and you fall down on your ass. You don't want to wear bifocals while you're out there hiking on the trail. Just your distance glasses, or whatever, but don't wear magnified lenses while you're hiking on the trail. You'll kill yourself. I take them off when I'm out there. I bring a pair of reading glasses in my pocket, but bifocals will kill you on the trail. if you're on the side of a mountain or whatever. And yeah, Davia would have enjoyed taking a look at some of this stuff here. I saw they had him on their on the cow pie show, and he ain't got that. Oh, he's the darling of the ladies, you know. It's just like, who was that? It was another Fabio. Fabio, yeah. Cow pie. Cow poop, cow pie. Forrest slipped on a cow pie and landed his ass on it. Yeah, and that little thing the Toby does is a sound effect for, it's like, that's so retarded. Sound effect for a cow pie. The laser sound is retarded. Togo does a better job than that. Oh, Togo. He woke me up the other day. He was I need a drink, I guess. My lips are. See? That was him. He used to do Bridge on the River Kwai, but he woke me up singing "If I Only Had a Brain." Oh, Togo, you got a brain, Togo? You gonna bark like a dog? That's not a dog. Nope, that's not a dog. I think, hey Troy, if you're watching, I think you got your parrot from some place with a lot of parrots, because my parrot doesn't make parrot sounds. I got him when he was 2 months old, and so he hadn't been around other parrots to learn to squawk. He never learned to squawk. He learned to talk and whistle. He likes whistling mostly. But you can do a kitty cat, huh, Togo? You do a kitty cat? What do kitty cats do, Togo? He doesn't. Jack's staring at me. He wants something. Jack, when I made the meatloaf earlier, and I got him his bowl of food after I pulled the meatloaf out because there's a puddle of grease in the bottom of the pan, and I fix his bowl of food and I pour the grease on it. And man, he ate that whole bowl to gone. Whoa. Togo thinks he's Bruce Lee. I taught him to go, woo. Woo. I tell him, you want to fight, and he puts his wings up. Huh, Togo? Okay, that's about an hour and a half. I had enough. I run out of. Hey, Luke. I run out of stuff to. My notes have run out. I went over the Gary Cooper stuff. All of those books, Gary Cooper was in the movie. Gary Cooper is Cary Grant's arch rival, because Gary Cooper told Cary Grant, "Oh, you can do Gone with the Wind if you want. That thing's going to be a flop." And so Cary Grant did the movie, and then he was big time after that. And so Gary Cooper was wrong there. But yeah, Gary Cooper, not the books, the movies. Important literature. Find a substitute. That's what that guy with that channel I looked up. Now I remember what I was going to say. Is he brought up the substitute thing? Oh man, I lost it again. But the substitutes in this guy, where you go? Oh, I wasn't that far back in my history. He deleted his video because it's not in my history no more. Because, oh, there it is. I found it. It said the Forrest Fenn learning curve, hints and clues. Yeah. He's got it right about substitutes. Substitutes, you're dead right about everything's a substitute. You have to substitute if you're going to be subtle. If you're going to be subtle, Jack would probably try and eat Togo if I had him out right now. I could only have Togo out if Jack was outside. And then I have to put a towel on my shoulders. See? Jack's, what? There's no more gravy covered food in there? You ate it all, Jack. Yeah, you're full of it. You had enough to eat. Yeah, I give him something to make him happy. You come over here and sit. Come over here. Come over here. Now sit. Sit. Oh. Okay, sit there. You gonna catch it? Or you gonna let it land? You don't even try and catch it. No, I'll let it land. I'll find where it goes. I gotta finish that bag off and get a fresh one. He gets treats or sometimes hot dogs. I gave him a hot dog. Put it in. It was just a little bit sticking out of his mouth, like his tongue. It was so funny. But Jack's a smart dog, huh? Aren't you, buddy? You gonna come up here? Come up here and say hi? No? No, now he's looking at his bowl again. Not that I know of. He's not allergic to rabbits. He's eaten a few of them. I was walking out there earlier and I heard something sounded like doves or something. And I was walking out there and I kept hearing them. And it's like a soft sound and it's like it's got to be close. But I never seen anything. But it was like, that's weird stuff out here. Rabbits, yeah. Yeah, there was, I did, the word wood where it's cut out of the forest, if you turn it on end with the D at the bottom and the W at the top, then the OOD looks like it looks like one of them chocolate Easter bunnies, with two rabbit ears and the D is the foot of the rabbit. Well, when I was there, I think it was before I found the Buffalo Cowboys cowl. It's a cowling. It's the cowling part of the car, and Mike Cowling don't have a clue what it is. He doesn't have a clue what his name comes from. My name's Cowling. I don't know what a cowling is, but my name's Cowling. But anyhow, the cow is the gas tank on those cars because they didn't have fuel pump, and it was up above the engine, and so it's like the dashboard was full of gas. That was your gas tank, was the dashboard, and the fuel just come out of the fuel line and go down into the carburetor in the engine. But so I found this where I found the cowling in the D of the wood, but before I found that, I was there, and there was a little bunny rabbit in underneath the tree in the bush there, and I got like 2 feet from him, taking his picture with taking his picture with my phone. Took several pictures of him. And I have trouble finding the picture now because I got so many damn pictures. But come here, Jack. I was trying to get you to come up here. Come here, buddy. Come over here. Come over here, Jack. His water ball is 3/4 full, and he's acting like but what he really wants is to go outside. Don't you, Jack? You want to come over here first? Come over here and give me a kiss? Huh? His little tail's going. Okay. Well, yeah, have a nice night. Night. We'll see y'all later. Let some of them other vloggers know, hey, you got to stop ignoring Gorman. You know? They don't necessarily say, when you ignore somebody, you're giving, it's as bad as calling them names, you know? Leaving them out, leaving somebody out is as bad as, and if you're gonna have Davio, you gotta have other searchers on too, you know? This world, there's not just a Cynthia Meacham in the search community, you know? There's more to searchers than Cynthia Meacham. You know, she's giving me no credit at all either, you know? People, you know, and it's like, hey, if you were the one that was close, you know, if you knew where I was searching, then you would know if you were the one that was close. But it's probably Stephanie who was the one that was close, you know? And I've been blocked or excluded from her channel for a month. Yep, take it easy, Dev. Luke, adios. Have a good night. I'm going to get some new tea.